Alright guys, I just went through my, I didn't really look at the replays, but I was going through just, I had saved some replays before, and I think I remember this match, because I remember being on the map, so I'm gonna cast this game, because I think it's gonna be a really good match, so I'll just get into it anyway, so hopefully you guys enjoy the strategy that I employ here. It's pretty cool, I think, if it's the match I'm thinking about. So anyway, spawning in the bottom right hand corner here, we do have the red Zerg player known as Gsoss, and today he's going to be battling a Protoss opponent coming from the clan TLMx. We have TLMx, TLMprime, our blue Protoss player. That's my impression of the GSL announcers. So we'll throw up the production tab just so we can keep track of what's going on here. I know this is quite some time ago, so I don't think I was really all that good at this time. I mean, like, I was still in gold now, but I think my mechanics are a lot better now. But hopefully I still put on a good show here. So this is a great thing to see as a Zerg player. When you see that the Protoss is actually going for the expansion on the low ground, because it gives you so much opportunity just to really do some early aggression, because I mean this ramp is so wide, they're not going to be able to get out enough sentries early to be able to put down enough force fields to triple force field this ramp. And also we have the destructible rocks over here that you can kind of break down, come in for some side aggression, and up through the front. So always good, especially too when you see the pylon in the corner here. It's a really good target to hit with them Balings, just to get an early lead in terms of worker count. You know, bust down the pylon and run in with some speedlings. But we'll see if he decides to do that. Gsoss is throwing down one gas right now at the 15 minute mark. I believe he threw down his pool at the same time, so it's very standard opening. I would expect to see a second come down at some point here, as his money is starting to bank up a little bit. But just as I say that, he throws on his second gas, so I think he's going to go for some early aggression here. It's rare to see 2 gas, 1 base on a Zerg opponent, so we'll see if he's trying to use some of the new HOTS units. It'd be nice to see, you know, maybe some Vipers or some Swarm hosts come out, but we'll see what he chooses to do. So his pool is just finishing now, so he does start his Queen right away, and as this is all going on, we have our Protoss player going for the typical Forge Fast Expand, where you would use the Forge, Gateway, Pylons, Cannon behind, just to kind of secure your natural here, so you can throw down your second Nexus. He's throwing down his gas up in his first. This is the only problem with the Forge Fast Expand, is a lot of the times you do have to delay your gas, and when that happens, you don't get your stalkers out on the field. You can't really harass that much. You don't get as much scouting, all that kind of stuff. Because you need gas, throw in your robotics facility, get the observers out quick. It's just a lot of things kind of snowball from not getting that gas early, but you can make up for that with 4 gas in the mid game. Which is looked like he's trying to do. I don't know if this is a misclick or perhaps part of his strategy. Well, so this is part of my strategy here. I might as well just drop the act and just start talking slightly as if I do know what's going on. So here we see I'm throwing out 4 Zerglings. At this point, what I'm trying to do here is to deny the scout of this probe. The last thing I want is for him to see that I have this Queen walking across the map. So what I do is I get the Queen out and I throw down 1 inject on the hatchery here, and then start. The second he does his 1 inject, he marches away to the middle to meet up with this Overlord, and yeah, you get the 1 inject and you turn it into a lair. Queen's on his way. Once the lair finishes, obviously build another Queen. But yeah, so basically what I'm going to try to do here is we'll see it very soon. So the whole point is deny that scout, get the Overlords in position, walk the Queen over. You have to get him over here quick. If you don't get him over here before the 6 minute mark, something's going to come out of that base, and they're going to see it. So these will start dropping creep, and I'll be able to start throwing down some creep tumors here, you know, right outside of his base. Why bother spreading the creep from my base to his base when I can just start it off right here? So as you can see, we do have the Overlords dropping down that creep, and the Queen coming in and starting to throw down those creep tumors. So I know that when I do this, so the drones come in, throwing down some spines. They'll throw down, I think, 2 spines, 2 spores. I know that when I get to this point in the game, I get really nervous, because if this thing gets found, I mean, look at my base. Like if they find that and they destroy it, like I'm fucked. There's nothing I can do. So I get the early infestation pit. The second the lair finishes, you got to start the Queen, start the infestation pit. You get them both out, and then you look to start pumping out the old special units, which are going to be swarm houses in this case. Because really what you want to do is, the only way a Protoss player can take out a swarm house is to have an observer on the field, because they need the observer for the detection, as the swarm house is a burrowed unit. If you can throw down a few spores, maybe get out a few corruptors, whatever the case may be, pick off those observers, they can't really get the swarm house unless they know where they are and they throw down like a bazillion storms, but that's really rare. So you got the setup. I mean, once I get this setup, I mean, this close to his base, like, he has no idea. Like, look at his vision. His vision of the map is just literally his base. I mean, the creep is just right there, but he just can't. He's just so close, but he can't see it. No scouts. So this is what I'm talking about here. Because he got his late gas, they're on a late robotics facility, a late observer, and that allows me to be able to use this strategy. If you had an observer out quick, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this unless I was to throw down like a Nidus right here and set it up behind this grass. But I mean, this is so much better because it happens really quick. I mean, before the 6-minute mark, I already have this thing set up right outside of his base. I mean, it's so sad. Like, he just has no fucking sweet clue that this is about to happen. It's just so annoying. So here we go. So we'll look at it on his vision. So he brings the observer out and he's saying, "What the fuck?" And just like I said, you gotta snipe the observer down. So he knows what's up now, but I mean, how's he gonna respond? And he actually says, "What the fuck?" TLMprime. WTF. And the first few locusts start streaming in. So at this point, what you're gonna see is basically just an endless flow, I guess, of swarm house. And I mean, the great part about this build is it's a really good way to keep your resources down because you need everything you get. So as you can see here, starting to spread the creep in. He sees them here now, and I want to get those locusts moving towards his base as fast as possible. So I think this build, like, it's a really fun build too. I don't even have to like scout his base. I don't care what units he has. I'm going to be exchanging free units. So he doesn't know how many swarm house I have, as he doesn't have any detection. So I mean, let's see how he decides. Everybody tries to handle this in a different way, but it's always fun just to see how they handle it. I mean, the creep's going to get to the point now where it's going to start actually spreading into his base. It's going to be very hard to deal with that. And the locusts, they're going to be able to move so fast on this creep. I don't think the enduring locust upgrade actually came down, which gives the locust more time on the field. And as we look at this, he's exchanging free units for $100 bills, yo. In the Zealot, they're 100 minerals each, and he's just spending energy, or not energy, he's spending time, I guess. Justin Timberlake wouldn't like to spend time, but I don't know if you guys seen the movie Time, but you know, the locusts, they don't give a fuck. Gsoss doesn't really care. Once you get this thing set up, it's really hard to defeat. And he's expanding behind this, so he's just gonna be able to pump out so many swarm hosts. So I think it'll be fun from this point, just for a little bit. Maybe we'll put it on the vision of TLMprime here, just to see what he sees. How annoying is it for him? So put it on his vision. So there, this is what he sees right now. Must be pretty fucking annoying. He does throw down a few shields, which is a good idea, but that can't beat this army. That can only delay it. You need a few Colossus, and you need units that allows you to move out and detect where they are. Whether that be, you know, an Oracle, come over and use that ability where you can actually create detection, or throw down the observer. But he's gonna need a lot because I have stuff to take them out. Anyway, back on all of our vision, as we can see here, I mean, he's just losing so many free units. I did lose one spine there, but I mean, $100 to kill all those Zealot, I think it's a pretty fair trade. And the Stalkers, they're just like paper. To the Locust. So yeah, so really the whole, like I keep saying, the whole thing with this build is really making sure that you deny scouting, and like make sure that they're not going to be scouting quick with an observer. But yeah, deny scouting and get it set up at the 6-minute mark. Just far enough that he can't actually see it, and everything's going to be looking good. Second base starting to mine over here a little bit. First base in the main almost saturated, but as we can see here, the locusts are just starting to stream up. I'm not doing a good job microing them. I should be microing the locust, but I guess I got some other stuff going on. But you should always micro the locust, you know, take the pylons first, all that good stuff. Units, pylons, then go for the gateways. But I mean, at this point, there's just too many swarm hosts. There's nothing you can do. There's 12 swarm hosts on the field, just spitting out 2 locust each. That's 24 locusts every few seconds. Zila come down here. They only get about 3 or 4 swipes off before it's over, and so TLMprime is forced to quit the game. There's nothing you can do, and that's definitely a good strategy. I seen Stefano do something similar to this strategy, but I just thought it would be cool just to try to do it as early as possible. So, you know, get the queen out, 1 transfuse, send him out, lair instantly. Once the queen finishes, you know, lair right away. Infestation pit, then start sending them, drop the creep tumors, all that good stuff. Anyway, so GG, fun strategy, using the swarm hosts.